My name's George and I'm from Melbourne, New South Wales. And this is my Holden Torana A9X. We wanted basically a reliable streeter, something that looks tough, that can be driven all the time. I just wanted to turn the key, have no issues, drive it everywhere and have some grunt behind it too, which excites me every time I start it too. Just love it. First fell in love with cars when I was about 10 years old. Dad was always tinkering with cars in the garage, so we never spent a lot of time in the house. It was always in the garage. My first car was a Mazda 323, 1981 model. Purchased it from an old lady as a one-owner car. That was the old granny spec sort of colour. Done the old trick of losing a few coils off the suspension to lower it and put it as big a sound system you can find in it and cruise around the windows down with friends and have fun with it. It was probably one of my best cars. Well, basically sold that to go overseas and have some cash and come back and fell in love with the four-cylinder scene, basically having a Toscana Charade, which is a colourful colour. Your typical 5-spoke wheels with white walls and again a large stereo and dark tints, basically cop-8 back then. A few years later on I got the itch again and had some funds available and moved into a VC Brock replica, a red one. Had it for a couple of years and just wasn't totally in love with it. I liked it, but it just wasn't I just wanted to be perfect. That's what gave me the bug to build this one. Sold the VC, got some funds together and looked for a genuine, an old school one owner shell of a Holden Torana. I found it through car sales. It was a chamois green colour, just again one owner, a guy called Michael from Liverpool. I love how it was all original. It had been painted like a backyard paint job, years ago. So that's what I wanted, something I could see that was originally sort of just untouched. Brought it home, said to my brothers, I think I'll just do a small little paint job on it. I want a nice little streeter, cruise around. Looked at it. Painter came around, he goes, I think you have to remove all the paint. I said, okay. So done all that and then that's when it snowballed. We thought, what, let's take it back to nothing and start from the beginning. Paint stripping the whole car by hand, took months and patience. Bought the body kit for it, brought it home, wasn't happy with the body kit. I wanted to install it myself. I was very particular with how it all lined up. Put it all together, took me hours, pieced it all up and ready for the painter. Went to the painter's. Painter was really quick with it because it was a glamour, that was his words. He loved it, not much rust on it at all. So within 6 weeks the car was back at home. I was lucky enough, I got a phone call whilst I was building it. A friend of mine wanted to sell his engine, so I jumped at the chance. I did save a lot of money there, that was one cost saving which helped. Done the changeover, took it to the mechanic, he put it all in and tinkered with the gearbox and the brand new 9-inch diff. The hardest process, I guess, was the engineering part of the whole thing. It just took forever because of the aftermarket parts that were installed and to meet the ADR design rules. So we went through all that. It was a heartache, a costly exercise. Registered it, completely fully engineered vehicle, and haven't looked back. The car's got a 350 Chev, originally came with a 6-cylinder, but got a 350 Chev in it running about 525 horsepower. I always wanted a Chev and I was lucky enough to get a 350 Chev in it. Reliability, a lot of the 355 strokers have issues with heat and just ongoing maintenance, whereas this is a very reliable car and it has some grunt for the street. The gearbox is a top loader, 4-speed, with the 9-inch diff in it, all custom made 31 spline. True track, strange case with your Willwood brake setup with 350mm rotors all the way around, front and back. The wheels are a 19 by 8 at the front, a 19 by 11 with a 7-inch dish on the rear. I wanted that dish from the beginning. I made sure I carved up the guards high enough to accommodate for those tall wheels. The ride height is a bit rigid. I sacrificed that for the look. I just want that fat rear end with fat tyres, the 285s on the rear. Had the trim all done, so I wanted again to install all the trim. It's got Recaro seats custom made in there with the old school mesh headrest. I was really particular with that. I wanted the old school mesh headrest, the nice lumber Recaros with the Simmon wheels. That's the whole image that I was after. I was basically going for a look that was an 80s classic, but it's got like a retro sort of 2017 in it. I really love the look and I get a lot of attention with it. Brand new restored steering column, like the whole dash has all been restored, cabling. I just wanted everything to be perfect. I made sure I had the right clips throughout the door trims, new door cards, vinyl on them. If I was particular, I just, if I was going to do it, I'd do it right from the beginning. Yeah, the colour, Valencia orange. There was no doubt it was going to be orange. I had no other colour in mind. Ever since a kid, I've just loved the orange Torana. We ran a bit of a twist with the black. It's not the actual Holden black that was used, it's the actual Rolex black. So you can't get any blacker than that. I just want it to be really dark, and so the Simmons to match, and it just gives that whole, distinctive, tough look. Everything really lined up when I was building it. There wasn't too many glitches. It was last dynoed about 3 months ago and made 400 on the treads, which I was very happy with. So I've got a reliable streeter with some good numbers behind it and no problems. Brother's got a VK Brock that he's built from the ground up. He was the first one to start building it before I got the building bug. And watching him build it, I just got even more excited, and he put it together in basically a year and a half. A lot of it all on his own, and it's a passion we both share and we enjoy. Like we call it Saturday sessions in the sheds. Like just hanging out, even if we're not working on them, just tidying them up and sitting back and looking at them and probably discussing how we're going to burn some more money on them. I can't start the car up without the boys running out the back, and they're under 5, so they love it, and that's my element. Cruising the back and looking in the revision mirror and seeing 2 young little punks, loving it, and everyone waving at us. And I've got people that have come off the road and off the footpath and say, "Hey, stop! Someone, I need a photo. This is a pretty cool car." And people that probably don't even know exactly what it is, but it's just an eye catcher, and it's fun. Like sometimes it's parked and people pull over and want to have a chat, and it's the whole car scene, and we love it.